that missed their slot, and they told me to go to the next person. So I wanted to make sure, because this is the time slot that you had. So I wanted to make sure we get this in. So good to meet you. We have about 10 minutes, so I wanted to kind of just, have you introduce yourself, get to know who you are, your values behind your idea, what you're proposing, and then what you're looking for. And let me see what I can do to help. And then if we don't have enough time, we can take it offline and I can see what I can do to help you further.
Okay, that's great. Let's jump right into it. I'm Lazaros. I'm the CEO of ComeTogether. Currently, events industry, the $300 billion events industry. The problems are quite a few, and they are affecting all types of stakeholders. And for organizers to find and book service providers such as performers and rental companies, and to book venues and to find sponsors is a really time-consuming process and involves a lot of repeated communications back and forth until common ground is reached for price and availability between all these parties. And then their budget might fall short of their aspirations, or the risk will be too much to take as the current ticketing solutions do not allow them to access their funds to finance the costs before the event is over. So they have to put all the costs up front. And then the third notorious problem in the events industry is that the problem of the ticket fraud and scalping, where the tickets are sold in secondary markets for huge prices. And not to mention also that all these stakeholders have to trust each other, because sometimes there is fraud there, or the fear of fraud limits the potential collaborations. And ComeTogether wants to enter this market. It's a social network powered by a NEOS blockchain protocol that enables a collaborative economy for events. And the solution that provides to these problems is that it it allows matchmaking between events and attendees through a B2C marketplace, and it has also a B2B marketplace that connects service organizers with service providers and venues, and allows also trustless transactions between all of them. So a second thing that solves the limited capital is the crowdfunding, and also reduces the risk, because it allows organizers in the market and determine if the attendee interest will be enough to cover the costs. And also from the attendee side, it allows them to support favorite ideas to become real events. And finally, the ticket fraud and scalping is eliminated with the blockchain solution. And it allows the organizers to set the rules on how the ticket resales are going to take place. And these rules cannot be bypassed. And this is enabled due to the blockchain technology. So we will make money. The business model is that we get 5% for the simple ticketing solution that still solves the scalping and the ticket fraud. But we charge but allows only resales with the same price. And then we charge on top of that another 5% for crowdfunding, for the crowdfunding feature, and another 5% if the premium ticketing features are used, such as the organizer can get residuals from the resales. So, and maybe we charge in the future for sponsored sales placements. And if you are interested in our go-to-marketing strategy, we will start with two markets that the team has experience in a world-class network, which is the blockchain events worldwide and the electronic music events from the music event space in Europe. And we will enter these markets with the crowdfunding to get some established players that want to try new ideas, and upcoming players that could use a breakthrough on the limited capital. Okay. And also the ticketing feature for the sold-out events that are losing revenue due to ticket scalping and are losing the user experience also. And this way we will build network effects, and then the matchmaking feature will become really valuable and defensible from the competition as well, when we will have all those event industry players in our platform. And we are also planning to do some our own events and use the crowdfunding feature to. We have collaborations with organizers, of course. Already we have established to promote, to showcase the capabilities of the platform, promote our events, and build a community that will in turn attract more organizers. And then we have very good data that will allow us to reach our customers with all possible means through a data source, a media company that operates in the electronic music space. And then the referral marketing will boost the growth from then on. And the team has really the technical expertise and the marketing expertise to turn this into something very big. So that was a bit rust.
Oh, it's good stuff. So now, how long you been? Lazaros, how long you been in operation for?
We have been in operation seriously for 1 year and 2 months now.
All right,
since
over a year, okay. And,
right.
And revenue based, is it like anything what you've done? I mean, what would be the revenue right now to date?
It's not even live yet, but the MVP goes live.
Got it.
Yeah,
that's the concept.
The MVP goes live on September though, and we have already booked some sales.
All right, so you got some things lined up. Okay, good. All right. And to date, is any money? Has it been self-funded? Any friends and family, angel investors to date? Anything?
Right. Up to now is self-funded and from friends and family, and we have also been incubated, so we don't have any office expenses from an accelerator here.
All right, so incubated. Now, is that what, through an innovation center where you live, that type of thing, or?
Right, it's a startup accelerator here in Salem.
Okay, great. All right, perfect. And an event, when we talk about the event, so are you going to be just in that segment that you talked about, or could this be something scaled to events, all types of events? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. The target will be all the types of events, but we are just use this as an entry point and then expand from there.
Got it. All right. So, and when we talk about events, is it going to be like a major event or all the way around, or like you're going to start in a certain area, smaller events, or are we going big right away?
Right. I think with the features that we're offering, I mean, the ticket scalping, this affects mostly the big events, the sold out events.
Okay.
So we have to go big. And the crowdfunding as well is something that could be mostly used for big events, because I mean the small events probably they are taking the tickets in the last moment, while the biggest events they can crowdfund them earlier on.
Okay.
So yeah,
right.
Big music festivals and maybe also blockchain conferences for start, and then other kinds of conferences like marketing, self-development, meetups, and all this stuff with.
Okay. And where are you based right now? Where's your location?
We're based in Thessaloniki, Greece.
In Greece. Okay. Got it. Awesome. I'm also part Greek, so by the way, so I can. I was in Athens 2 years ago. I was there 2 years ago. I was over there for some business. Okay.
Next time you come, we should.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
love Greek cuisine. Nothing like it.
You don't like it much, okay? Right.
So here's what I'd like you to do, if you could, because we don't have, they don't give us a lot of time to do a deep dive, so it only allows me to get some general information. I'm going to give you my email address that you can send me, just maybe what you have right now, kind of like any, if you have your plan in place, financial projections. Summarize everything that you talked about. I'm going to look around and see, if it's something that personally is in our interest personally with our portfolio, other people that I know. And then of course there could be, I do have connections. Well, I used to be in the event space years ago. So there may be some connections I can make with people in that industry that you could start developing a relationship with that could lead, into other things with what you're doing. So at the very least, so there could be many different fronts on where, I could potentially help you with what you're trying to do. Do you have a pen in front of you? Do you have a pen unavailable that can you write down my email?
Yeah. 1 second.
Sure.
Okay.
And, feel free to. Today's Sunday, no rush. But if you want to do it tomorrow, is fine. Because I'm doing this until 12 o'clock my time today, and then I'm with my family, so I won't even be able to look at anything until tomorrow. But my email is Chris Christopher at Christopher Salem SALEM.com.
It's Christopher or Chris Salem. It's called
Christopher. Yeah, so it'll be Chris at Christopher. So it'll be my shortened name at full name, ChristopherSalem.com.
Right.
Yeah, and my mother was my mother's Greek, so her maiden name was Sakalaris.
Okay, yeah, that sounds
My
typical Greek
grandfather
name.
was from right from Greece, I believe northern Greece, if I'm not mistaken. But this is years ago. My grandfather was, I mean, I'm 52 years old. He passed away when I was literally like 2 years old. I mean, so he was already old when I was born. So we're talking, he was born in the late 1800s, and it came over here to the U.S. at the age of 11. So, but yeah, he was a good man from what my mother told me, and did a lot here. Entrepreneur, built up businesses here, no education at all. Matter of fact, I think he only had a 6th, 7th grade education because he had to really play the parent role even at a young age because he had to help raise his siblings. So
that's a great
I admire the work ethic. So I got to get ready for the next one, but send that to me. I think we could do to help you in the different areas that I play in, that I can at least, at the very least, be a resource for you to make some connections. And then we'll look at it from an investor standpoint. And then people that I know that will, also would have interest.
That's great. Thank you so much for all this.
Yeah, list what you're looking for, like, the amount of money you're looking to raise, specify that out so I could take a look at that in terms of if it's accredited money or not. So
yeah, you can see all this on the pitch deck. All this information they are there already. But I just want to make sure that I got the email right.
Yep.
It's Christopher at Salem.com.
Yeah. Chris CHRIS at
right.
ChristopherSalem.com.
No, I didn't get it right. Now I got it. Okay.
There you go.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Forward to receiving your information.
Right, for sure. We keep in touch. Bye.